Dang. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever applies to you. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Julia. I'm a contemporary singing specialist based in Australia, and today I'm checking out another group from the Netherlands. They are a trio. They're called Ogene. The three of them are sisters, and I'm going to be reacting to their performance of Ed Sheeran's song Sing. Let's get into it. Oh no! Have you been here this whole time? Guys, this is my water bottle. It's my most used singing tool. That's my Ula. It reminds me to drink water. Anyway, into the react.
It's late in the evening, glass on the side. I've been sad with you for most of the night. Ignoring everybody here, we wish that they would disappear. So maybe we could get down now. And I don't wanna know if you're getting ahead of the program. I want you to be my baby, to hold your body close. Take another step into the no man's land. For the longest time, baby, I need you, darling. Come and set the tone. If you feel you're falling, won't you let me know? Ooh, ooh. If you love me, come on, get involved. Feel it rushing through you from your head to toe. Ooh.
Okay, so I feel like I must forewarn you. I have in fact seen this before, and I can't wait to dive into it with you because these girls they sing with surgical precision. The rhythm is spot on. The voice placement doesn't change. It is, from a vocal standpoint, perfect. Stylistically, they are right on the money with that pop R&B mix. And the three of them, even though they do share similar vocal qualities, they do have some differences, which I can dive into later. But just straight off the bat, they are so tight with each other. The harmonies are tight, even the way all three of them transitioned into that higher section with perfect tonality for blending with one another. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's sensational. There's also a technique later called echoing. I'm going to break it down for you. So let's just keep going. Love the guy in the hat. He just chills.
From the stage, and the fire brigade comes a couple of days. Till then, we got nothing to say, nothing to know, but something to drink and maybe something to smoke. Let it happen till I wrote a change, singing we found love in a local radio. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say. I can just figure it out and hope and pray. I told my man that it's nice to meet you, and in the end, what to feel like I already know he's a keeper. This is my heart of kindness. I'm in deep. If anybody finds out, I meant to drive home, but I drunk all of it now. No. So where we now? We just sit on the couch. One thing led to another. Now I was kissing my mouth. I need you, darling.
Ridiculous, right? Okay, so this technique that they are doing is called echoing, and apparently it started with them. Not 100% sure on the background of echoing, but to me, it is an adaptation of a group singing technique where you pass one line to the next person. Except in this case, instead of passing one line between them to the next soloist, they are passing 1 to 2 words, and it is so fast. It is so fast. They are okay. So I'm going to slow this down for you just because I want us to see if there are any patterns and just so we can truly grasp how the passing thing is working. I know they've got their hands, but like my eye can't track that quickly between the hands flashing up, and it certainly can't tell at this speed just how many words each person is putting in and which order that they're truly moving in because it moves around too much. Anyway, so I'm going to slow it down. And me being me, I've also color-coded them. So Lisa, who is the oldest, she is blue. Amy, who is actually a twin with the middle sister, who is Shelley, so they are the same. So the honey-colored hair is Amy and the brunette is Shelley. They are twins. So Amy is pink and Shelley is green. Now, with it being slowed right down, and this is at 23%, you can see how the general pattern is it goes blue, pink, green, right? There are times when it sometimes passes a little differently, but for the most part, we're going blue, pink, green, blue, pink, green, blue, pink, green, all three at the same time. Yeah, we can kind of see that. But what I find interesting is the singer who starts the phrase, which is Blue, so Lisa, and the singer who generally ends a phrase is Shelley. They're right beside each other. So that means that Amy, who is technically the second person to go after Blue, is furthest away from her, which means she has to be absolutely on it, time-wise, because you have the beginning and the end of the phrase right beside each other. I do think that that allows them to tie in together to make sure that their timing is really on it. Could be just a coincidence, but I think that the way they're actually standing and the way this pattern moves, you know, it adds in its own changes. So I find that really, really interesting. And if we notice, sometimes there'll be two words being sung. For the most part, it's just one. This is a 23%. For it to be that clean at that speed, not only their sense of time, but their articulation to make sure that this phrase is still clean has to be absolutely perfect. Like I said earlier, this is like surgical precision to make sure that they are staying on top of this and that it doesn't sound like a flippin' mess, because it probably would. I bet it took them a little while to get the hang of this, and they would have had to have started really, really slowly and then gradually sped it up to keep it at such a high standard. Anyways, I thought it would be fun to slow this down and just dive into it so you can see that there is indeed a pattern there and the timing that the voices use to work together between each individual carrying a word and then them coming in on the harmonies. It's textbook. Anyways, moving on to more of the singing.
You darling, come on, set the tone. If you feel you're falling, won't you let me know? Ooh.
Like it on.
Ooh. Yeah. Say. Louder. Sing.
There he is, he's back.
Come on. Can you feel it? All the guys in here don't even wanna dance. Can you feel it? All that I can hear is music from the band. Can you feel it? Thought you had it here, so hope you take my hand before the beat kicks in again. Can you feel it? No, no, no. No. Can you feel it? Yeah. Can you feel it? Yeah. Come on.
Oh my God. All three of them have flexibility, range, perfect placement, and they all sound so good. Dang, their parents must have made the right sacrifice to the right singing god on the right night, because, oh my God, all three sisters related singing like this. Holy moly. I completely understand why they called Ogene. Because, yeah, I mean, genetics has definitely favored those three. If all three of them can sound that good, initially you might think that they all sound fairly similar, and there is a similarity in tone between the three of them, but they also have individual elements that make them more obvious when you're listening. So if we quickly go back, you've got Lisa has more of a husky tone to her.
Can you feel it? All the guys in here don't even wanna dance. Can you feel it? All that I can hear is music from the band.
So you can hear that husk in her sound, and yet when she goes up, that husk is still present, which tells me that it's more of a natural sound quality, because if it's something that's forced, that tension will most likely be there in the beginning, but then it might become more pronounced as she tries to ascend.
Can you feel it?
And then if we look at the twins, Shelley to me has a lot more presence and fullness to her sound quality. It's a lot warmer. It's a lot more steady. Doesn't have as many of these sort of like stylistic inflections when it comes to like husk or too much nasality. It's a very, very good, strong, steady, sort of mid-tonality voice, which is perfect if you need to blend with something, because it means you stick her right in the middle or at the bottom and it's just going to be so full. Your mix will be full. Then you got Amy with the honey-colored hair. Her voice to me is very light and bright, and she uses a touch of nasality in her singing. You can hear it in particular when she goes up to do this belt, which sounds an awful lot like Ariana Grande. And I know some of you maybe don't like Ariana Grande. I don't care. I like her voice. Some of her articulation decisions, but her belting is really, really good, and it's a belt that's going to last her perhaps a really, really long time because she's mixing. I mean, all three of them are kind of mixing, but in particular, Amy and Shelley.
Can't feel it, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Can't feel it, yeah, yeah. Can't feel it, yeah, yeah. Come on. I need you, darling, come and set the tone. If you feel me falling, won't you let me know?
Oh, wow.
Oh my god. Surgical precision. Whew. Dang. Technically flawless. If I had to pick on one thing, and this isn't even picking on them because it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. I would love to see just a little more of their personalities showing up in their singing. And we see it sometimes. In particular, the way they execute certain things, you can hear the personality coming into the voice. But it would be great to see them really embodying their own individual personalities, particularly on the solo lines. That's the only thing that I can really pick on. And it's not even wrong. They're still doing great. So I'm super, super keen to check out some more stuff from them, to check out a song that perhaps has a little bit more storytelling in it and that has some more complex harmonies, because the harmonies in this were tight. This was not a complicated song for them at all. They made it sound so easy and it was so clean. They've practiced this and the vocals are just at such a level that it's perfect execution. Anyways, that is it from me today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this one. If you did, click the like button and the subscribe button for more just like this one. Hit the notification bell if you want to know when I upload a new video. As usual, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye.